Oh. Hello everyone. Today we have some really cool things. But first, I got a bunch of wires hanging off me now. You might be asking, what's up with all the wires, man? What's up with all the wires you got? They're gonna start calling me Wire Man. Mr. Wire. Well, I'll tell you what these wires are for. And it's for something that's pretty epic, in my opinion, right? And so, right now, before your very eyes, I've now incorporated controls. Dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. Oh, what's this? I'll be able to have the head cam, right? I could also have the head cam and have this too, guys. Guys, I'm telling you, this is gonna be like something that's really, really cool. I'm really excited about this. We'll see like where this goes, but as far as like throwing goes, imagine all of a sudden I'm doing a poll and then I can just say, okay guys, hold on, if you can check over here, and then all of a sudden, the camera comes up. You know how it's gonna be so dope. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so dope. Because a lot of that stuff that I edit, or a lot of that stuff that's there, I have to edit that in, right? Like I have to go back afterwards and I have to say, all right, like it looks like I'm gonna edit this part, and then I have to essentially rewatch the whole entire thing and then try to figure out what times I said, oh, look at this, or when do I think it would be the best to look at it. But in actuality, what I can do now is I can just say, all right guys, hey, look at this for a real quick second. Right? But I'm still working on getting all the hookups for it, right? Like it's not pristine yet, And so we're gonna slowly make our way to that point, right? It's gonna take a while, right? But just yesterday, I didn't even have a computer in here, right? And so I've already made like a bunch of progress. Every day I'm just doing a little bit, and then I'll like update it when it comes to the video. The next thing I want to do is, how I have that giant green screen? Okay, so imagine this. You want to join the Pottery Demon stream and you just see me, little Noah, right? From like my edited shorts, chilling out on the wheel, slowly but surely. The camera zooms out. I walk off the screen. Big Noah comes on, throws some clay down, right? Or I'm talking about something random. Okay, well, you know what I can do now? I could just look it up on a window on my computer. Then I could link that window in. I could have, maybe I could have a video playing behind me. I could have all sorts of random stuff going as I'm throwing, right? Like, guys, if you're telling me you don't think that's cool, I'm calling cap. I think you're lying to me, right? So I'm pretty excited about this, right? Now, like today, I'm not even gonna edit any of the footage. I'm just gonna drop exactly what's in there down, right? I'm sure I can do things with like fading and stuff, and I can increase quality of certain things. But for now, like, I think that I have something really, really special on my hands right here. And then once I get this all set up, You know what I always say? Then it's just time. That's all it's going to take. So I'm really, really pumped up, guys. I also I'm starting my classes tomorrow up again. And I'm doing my newest class, my sculpture throwing class, which I think that's like right up my alley. But, whenever it's a new class, and I've only been doing this teaching thing for a little bit now, I get a little bit nervous. Especially at this place, it's a little bit more bougie. And so I want to make sure I do a good job. But I think I have a little bit more liberty in this class to just do what I want, right? Like, I'm going to teach sculpture throwing. Like, it's my way of throwing. Like, I don't think it's just like pottery throwing, so I'm pretty excited to be able to start doing this stuff, right? Okay, there we go. Also, I need to get my microphone up a little bit. It's like banging into my clay a little bit too much these days. I think I need to go green. Let's go green for a little bit. Guys, it's never gonna get old. It's never gonna get old. Like, I think I have some really cool, I can make some really cool things happen. Okay, so this needs to stay the hell down. Alright, so just doing a slow pull there. This clay is a little bit hard, but it's also, I'm using quite a bit of clay, and so I don't want to really put a lot of pressure in one area. So I have a tendency to do that on large amounts of clay, and then I can really frick things up. And so we're going to make sure I'm being a little bit more purposeful with everything today. We have one little mess up here in that middle part. We have two options. We can try to fix it. I don't think I'll be doing another pull anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my hand there and try to soften that out there, right? Alright. Okay. That's all we need to do. It's a little bit, you can see right there. And so it's just too thin in that one spot, so it's wanting to keep collapsing there. But again, we can get pretty down inside there and it'll be all okay. So I'm going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. Well, we'll see if we can get something working out here. Oh, we ripped it. That's okay. We're just gonna make sure we carry that up through the next couple spots here. And make sure we get enough water on our hands. Really rip that down. So we're gonna push it down just a little bit. And so there we have the pot. See it on a black background. I'm telling you guys, I'm so lost in the sauce when it comes to that. I only have 3 programmable things though. So, but I think that's okay. I think 3 is realistically all that I need. I could have another thing and have that maybe over here and I could press it with my fingers, but I think that's a little bit too much. I think there's some sense of I'm losing, distancing myself away from the pot if I'm like getting all jazzed up about all this other stuff. And so I'm gonna have fun with it, but I also gotta make sure that I'm being responsible, you know? Like, just making sure I'm not going too crazy. So what's happening? Why is this ripping happening in that middle? Well, it's also where it was a little bit thin, so there you go. I already ripped it when I was making the initial twist. And since it was so thin there, and the clay was a little bit thicker on the top, it becomes a point where it can't twist anymore and then it just tears. Which is, I mean, on this pot, I mean, look how freaking cool it looks, right? Like, this thing is crazy looking. Oh my God. God dang. I need my wire tool. So let me see if I can. The only problem now is that my microphone, I don't even know if it's going to sound good or not, but my microphone is now connected to my camera. I would really prefer if my microphone was like wireless, but I already know that I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm going to have my head cam is not going to be wireless either. So that's kind of like the downside about this is, like, if I go over to my green screen over there, right, like I'm gonna have to take off my microphone and head cam, right? So that's like a little bit unfortunate, you know, like that's kind of like an issue that I'm gonna have to work out. I mean, obviously if I could get this, I think there's a way to get it like a Bluetooth, but then again, I think there's going to be something that's nice about the GoPro being plugged in, because it's not going to run out of battery in 3 seconds, right? Like, that's my biggest worry right now on the camera, which I think it's going to be okay because it's not actually writing any data. It's just literally on. I think my camera battery life is going to be totally okay. I am looking for another one of these cameras because I really want 2 of the cameras that I'm shooting on right now, because I have some ideas about shooting some video like at different angles, but I don't want to, I just want to have the 2 angles and record at the same time. But then again, guys, like, you only got, oh man, come on. This one totally tore off, but we stuck that one back on. A lot of these are actually ripping, but we'll be okay. We'll do this one. That looks good, guys. I mean, look at this, guys. Hopefully this one doesn't fall or break. I'm gonna take my knife on the bottom here. Great, look at that. Well, I guess I'll show you guys this. There's the first one. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Well, I'm a little bit nervous about this one, to be honest. Again, I have to run around with this camera, so it's gonna look a little bit stupid, but that's gonna be how it's gonna have to be for a little bit. Look at that, guys. How long have we been recording now for? 15 minutes. Whew. I need to speed this up. It'd be cool to kind of do an intro as well. Alrighty. Look at that. Great. Okay. So this, my hand on this. And I've got yesterday my biggest problem was the clean HDMI. Like, how do I get clean HDMI out? Turns out I just needed to do a firmware update on this little camera here, and it turned out perfect. I also have the ability to do 4K HDMI clean out, but I don't have a 4K capture card. So I think in the meantime, I'm just gonna do as many of these and get everything sort of figured out, and then one day I can make the switch over to getting a 4K capture card. I'm not going too crazy because this clay is pretty hard and it's not that stretchy. It feels a lot more short. It feels like it's gonna tear. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We love to see it. Thumb on the bottom, that slurry up. We just want to go like up a little bit, start pushing down, then transfer to the hammer fist. There we go. That's pretty center. And then once you're working with harder clay too, it's really important to make sure you're cutting into the clay in these moments, right? Because if not, it's really going to want to get off center. But as long as you're cutting, I almost said, if you can look on my head cam, but I realize I don't have the head cam right now today. We'll get it eventually though, guys. But look at this, guys. Nice. Love to see that. There we go. Just making sure I'm keeping some pressure on the bottom, because when you're at the bottom of a pole, right, where all that clay is, you really got to make sure you get through it, right? Because if you're like too weak in the wrist there, right, then you're not even pushing the clay down there. You're not even manipulating it. Look at that. Nice job, guys. We got that. Alright, we're going to go down for the next pole here. So it's a little bit uneven. One of the sides is thicker than the other. I'm sure you guys have ran into that. And so at that top, I was just making sure I gave it a little bit more extra love, because I don't want it to get all messed up. You can really feel that inconsistency in the clay now. That's okay. Also, I'm not going to pull all the way up. We really just want to get this stuff on the bottom. Oh, nice. There we go, guys. Look at this. Also, the clay I'm using a little bit more clay than what I normally do today. So, but this clay is like hard, but it's like the perfect amount, if that makes sense. All right. Look at that. Nice. I got another rip. It's so annoying. I messed up all my things so far. It's okay. We'll let this one be tall. Hit that a little bit back in there. We'll let this one be subtle like that. If it collapses though, then we'll sort of twist it. But you can almost see that little one here. Like, look at it sneak in up following that one, right? It's kind of cool. Pushing this down. Tomorrow I'll do a vlog, which will be kind of fun. I haven't done like a traditional like me going outside vlog, just because I haven't had any classes. I did like some demos of me mixing glazes and stuff, but I'll talk to you guys about how tomorrow's gonna go. Be kind of fun. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, great. Alright, so this is the next one. Ooh, guys. Today I'm feeling pretty good. Today, dare I say, I'm shooting lightning from my fingertips. Or I'm shooting green to the screen in the background. I'm really having too much fun with this green screen stuff, guys. Well, how about we end off this video, do green screen but GoPro webcam background. I think that would be kind of silly. I'll do a white background. This last one. Alrighty. Look at this. There we go. I kind of look like I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. All right, I need to leave heaven. All right, there we go. Oh my God, this is so funny. I don't think I'm mature enough to be able to handle the power of a green screen just yet. This is gonna be so loud for you guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about that. It's okay, guys. We're suffering through it together. Maybe you guys a little bit more because you're wearing headphones. All right. Push, 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 push. Nice. Nice. You know that one where that guy's like, nice. I feel like that's kind of epic. All right, hold on. We gotta get this. Oh, there we go. Yeah. God damn, we love to see that. Look at this one. Push this down. Nice. Okay, you got a little bit of slurry. Get that with that thumb. Push down, so then it's all that. You can see just the orange. And so then we can use we're scooping that back up into the pond. If some stuff gets ripped off, that's okay. What that means is we push some of that and it's folding over itself, right? And what's in between both layers of clay is water, right? So it's not allowing itself to bond to one another because there's a thin layer of water almost acting like, think like oil on a pan when you're cooking eggs. That's kind of a cool thing. Okay. Chill out. I saw this Korean potter recently. When he throws, he's pushing down and up at the same time. But he's using a massive amount. I feel like the pushing down and up thing wouldn't work. I feel like with the small stuff. Just because, what's the word? Sometimes when you have a lot of clay and it's spinning, it catches on that centrifugal force. Like if you ever seen potters, they just like squeeze it and the whole clay comes up. They're using the weight of the clay and the spinning speed as a way to throw the clay. It's kind of a cool. Okay. All right, we're pushing this down now. Okay. There we go. I feel like we're gonna have some bubbles in here. Not as many as what I thought. Okie dokie. Alright. We need to invoke the power of the green screen on this one. Green power. Alright. Okay. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. Just enough to get us started. Not too much, not too little, just enough. And if we leave that low enough, you can see that we didn't really even do any pullings. We're just moving that clay so it's more inward, right? And so I'm setting myself up, right, for a normal pull, right? And now we're gonna switch to black. Keyed out mode. Alright. I wonder if I could get a hand tracker. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. Just a nice, I'm not doing anything crazy yet. Just some nice even pulls, right? We just want to get ourselves kind of equalized on the we're getting a little bit too thin on the top. So we're going to make sure we wrap our fingers around this top there, and we're going to collar this top part in. Great. And you can see it's starting to hug my forearm there, so I think that's good enough. I did end up doing a little oopsie daisy on the bottom, right? So I actually sort of collared in that bottom, so it's still just a tad thicker there. But I'm at that point where I want to be thinning it out anyway when I start stretching my pot out, so I think it's going to be fine. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Okay, sweet. We're just going to make sure we do a little bit of whatever on the top here. Okay, here we go. And so we're just going to start really small. Just a couple little undulations here. We're going to gradually bring these up Gradually bring them up. Gradually bring them up. And I'm just keeping my finger locked on the inside. It's almost like there's like a steel rod in my finger. It's preventing it from moving there. You know what? That actually kind of looks cool. We're gonna do one of these though. I kind of like what's happening when it's folding over itself there. So I'm gonna push it down, and maybe we'll manually do a little twist there. I'm liking that, guys. I'm liking that. This is like a Smurf house. Maybe I shouldn't call my artwork that it looks like a Smurf house. Alrighty, popping this open. Alright, pop this open here. It's a little bit tilty there. Come on, chill out. Get back on center. And you can, the cool thing, I can keep twisting it until I get it where I want it. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the cool part, and I'm only really putting fingerprints on like this top part, but half of them will just not even be visible once there's glaze on it, and then also half of them won't even be visible because it's just wet slip, and sometimes it dries and it shrinks down. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to put like little dots, like little clay dots on a leather hard piece, and then you're like, what happened to, like, the dots were so pronounced, right? Well, there's water in that, so the water is also going to shrink and dissolve away, and some of it gets absorbed into the pot itself, right? And so it's like that same sort of idea here. Oh. Oh. Look at that. Some of those fingerprints will just go away. And, you know, maybe they'll be kind of cool. You never know. Okay. I'm just going to make sure our hands are wet so we can curl that up the side of the pot there. That's what we want. We want to curl that up the side of the pot. We want to, what do we want to do, guys? We want to curl that up the side of the pot. Look at that. Curl it up the side of the pot. Look at that, guys. Whoa, look at this. And we're gonna Alright, I'll shut up now. Really, if you guys are struggling with stuff, I'll tell you, making noise while I'm throwing helps out so much. Really gets me like in the zone of like, what am I doing here? Look at that. 1, 2. 1, 2. Great. We love to see it. We love to see it. That's all 3 of the pots. Guys, this is a huge day. Huge day. Huge pots. Great pots, actually. Not just huge pots. I think each one of these pots is definitely in the top 50. Right? There's something to be said about when the pots sort of pop off. When the pots pop off. I feel like that's going to be the name for this video today. Shit. Fucking almost just pulled out the microphone. I forgot I even had that in. Alright, so this is going to go in. And then the ripped one is going to be next, right? And the only reason that is because I feel like if I tip it over, it's just going to die. So we don't want that to happen. So then this one is next. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, guys. Oh my gosh, look at that image too. That image is just so hot. Damn. Okay. And next, we got last but not least. And you know what? In honor of this being a thing, we're gonna turn on the GoPro background, the thumbnail here. I'm gonna squat down. Sneak this right underneath. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That's the image. All the best. Strong mentality. Gotta pull this out of this inside here. Thank you so much for watching.